On the 2nd of December, Kaduna Polytechnic marked its centenary anniversary at Barnawa campus, one of the 4 campuses of the institution and the first campus where the school started. Kaduna Polytechnic inherited the Northern School of Survey, which started in the year 1920, and in 1956, the school was renamed Kaduna Technical Institute. On the 17th of August 1962, the Northern Executive Council had a meeting to redesign the school, and the school was renamed again as Kaduna Polytechnic in the year 1968. Kaduna Polytechnic is the oldest institution in the northern Nigeria, and the Polytechnic is the largest among West African nations. The institution has over 3,000 teaching and non-teaching staff with 60 departments and over 27,000 students. The centenary anniversary was organized to recount the history of technical vocational education and training, TVET, and the existence of Kaduna Polytechnic through a journey of 100 years. The co-host of the event, Professor Idris Bugaji, Director of Kaduna Polytechnic, emphasized on the need of skills in Nigerian schools as the best mechanism to avert the prevailing insecurity challenges in Nigeria.
The path for Nigeria to follow, to get out of the trouble in which we are in at the moment. And that's why we are celebrating technical and vocational education today, 100 years of technical and vocational education in Nigeria today. And we have got important dignitaries, the immediate past chairman of the council, the former rector of Kaduna Polytechnic, who really re-established it back on track, and the former ES at the same time of the MBTE. So they are all here so that we put heads together and see how to move the Tibet agenda forward. That's basically the purpose of this gathering, and they have emphasized the importance of skills and entrepreneurship. The massive unemployment in Nigeria, the massive underemployment that's happening in Nigeria, the solution out is skills. In fact, every Nigerian must be given one skill or another. Government should just make it a policy. Every Nigerian, whether he passes through the Polytechnic or he passes through the university or college of education, he should not graduate without knowing how to do a skill. Either becoming an electrician or a carpenter or a welder or a plumber or a bricklayer or a tiles layer or whatever. There are about 100 different skill sets in the country, and we need to train our young people, young graduates, in all these skills so that by the time they graduate, some of them can even go and set up their own enterprises instead of waiting, moving around with degree certificates without any employment. So this should be the way forward, and that's the purpose of this celebration.
Professor Bugaji, however, explained how skill can change the direction of the country.
If you have a very good geographical information system, you can be able to bring ICT technology to monitor what is happening in your environment. You can even use satellite imagery in order to know what's happening on the ground. And with this, the security operatives will be able to get fully informed. Unfortunately, most of the states are not covered. They do not even have the GIS maps. And that's what we are trying to encourage. And we have the best surveyors in the country here in Kaduna Polytechnic, and we are ready to collaborate with other states so that we can help them develop their GIS maps.
The chairman of the occasion and the immediate past chairman, Governing Council of Kaduna Polytechnic, Alhaji Yusuf Hassan, described Kaduna Polytechnic as the powerhouse of skills that is doing its best in impacting both the theoretical and vocational knowledge to its students. Alhaji Yusuf Hassan explained why Kaduna Polytechnic is growing fast and highlighted the tremendous achievements recorded during the time of the rectorship of Professor Idris Bugaji.
Vocational education training in the country. The celebration is also aimed at strengthening partnership with other stakeholders in order to work for the advancement of this sector. The College of Environmental Studies, CS, where the event is taking place, was the oldest of the 6 colleges of Kaduna Polytechnic. It started at the Northern School of Survey, established in 1920 by the British colonial government, where technical training on surveying profession were conducted. The higher form of technical training in northern Nigeria was later provided when the Technical Institute was created in 1956. The Northern School of Survey was later upgraded and joined the Technical Institute. In 1968, the technical institute was renamed Kaduna Polytechnic, which has grown to become one of the largest higher technical institutions in Nigeria. The federal government eventually took over the Polytechnic in 1991. The Polytechnic then had 3 colleges, namely Science of College and Technology at Kaduna, College of Administrative and Business Studies at Umweli, and College of Environmental Studies at Barnawa. These colleges offered a wide range of technical, professional, sub-professional, administrative, and business programs, with advancement in science, technology, and engineering. These colleges have now become 6 to accommodate the expansion in the spheres of knowledge. The 6 colleges currently are College of Business and Management Studies, College of Administrative Studies and Social Sciences, College of Engineering, College of Science and Technology, College of Environmental Studies, and College of Technical and Vocational Education. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Polytechnic community as a whole for this milestone. Permit me to specifically acknowledge the Rector, Professor Ayam Mugaji, and his management for his passion, visionary leadership, and great commitment to place Kaduna Polytechnic in its rightful position globally. I can confidently say this because I have worked with him and I can attest to these uncommon qualities. I'm delighted that this centenary celebration is taking place during his tenure. I therefore want to thank you for taking your time of your very busy schedules to honor the invitation by being here today. I ask you all to feel free, listen attentively to the papers and the discussions that will take place, as I'm very sure that the presentations will be very educative, going by the caliber of personalities selected. Furthermore, kindly indulge your eyes by visiting the historical building and all equipment to see how it all started. With these few remarks, as a single honored chairman, to declare this occasion open. I thank you for your audience and wish you all the very best. Finally, I would like to say, during our time as the board members or the council, we could not have achieved anything without the cooperation of the management. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the Polytechnic community as a whole for this milestone. Permit me to specifically acknowledge the Rector, Professor Ayam Mugaji, and his management for his passion, visionary leadership, and great commitment to place Kaduna Polytechnic in its rightful position globally. I can confidently say this because I have worked with him and I can attest to these uncommon qualities. I'm delighted that this centenary celebration is taking place during his tenure.
The Northern School of Survey was established to teach skills to students. In his presentation, Surveyor Winston Ayeni stated the importance of skill in human development and the importance of the Northern School of Survey in Barnawa.
Among those in governance, why is it that Kaduna and Kano are the best cadastrated states in Nigeria. Why? Because the governors understand. The governors of Kano, the governors of Kaduna, they understand. The governors of Bauchi now is reactivating cadastration. What is cadastration? Is to know who is where. If you don't know who is where, how can you govern? A father that does not know where his child is sometimes said to be irresponsible. There is no state in Nigeria that knows to the nearest meter the size of the state because it's not been surveyed properly. Kaduna State is the first, is considered the best spatially enabled state in Nigeria, followed by Lagos, then Kano. There are other states that need this information. Why only these 3 out of 36? You see, the FCT is also well documented, but that is because they needed it to be, because everything in Abuja is planned. Every corner is planned. Why can't the whole of Nigeria be planned? For it to be planned, you need surveying. So we pray that, yes, these quacks are influencing, but in some ways they are like madmen sweeping. The present registrar of the Surveyors Council, Surveyor Kabir, has put out a gazette. That gazette says, if you are not registered, you shouldn't do surveying. You can be prosecuted. And it's been there, but it was not activated. And we tried, when I was registrar, we tried to activate it, but it met a lot of resistance from people that are doing illegal things. And of course, anything illegal that somebody is benefiting, he doesn't want to stop. But yes, there are conditions, you can be prosecuted in court. You can become a surveyor in Nigeria as long as you have O levels. There are exams you have to take. So these quacks, for example, I advised a young man yesterday who works for the Chinese, and he has O levels, but he's not certified. So the Chinese may abuse him. They may use him anyhow, and that is not allowed in our Nigeria indigenization and local content policy. For us to avoid that, such people, we want them to do the exams. Kaduna Polytechnic is one of the places where we do this workshop. And at that workshop, we educate such people such that they can do the exams, which is set by SOCON, the Surveyors Council, and when they pass, they become registered. If every corner is known, it means my country is partially enabled. It means if you want to put something anywhere, you have a reason to put it. For example, roads. For example, in Kaduna, Aliyu Makama Road, you know Aliyu Makama Road. If you look at Aliyu Makama, His Excellency is dualizing it. But 2 years ago, the cable people put cables on it. Today, they are digging it up, they are putting it in another place. If we don't know where all these cables are, if we don't know where all the waterboard pipes are, it means in future we don't know where anything is. So we need to know where who is where. And that is why we say surveying is ubiquitous. And that is why we need every state surveyor general to be extra ministerial so that he can send surveyors to every agency. Because everybody needs to know where. For example, you are all here as pressmen, but somebody knows you are in Kaduna Polytechnic, isn't it? He knows where you are, so he can take a decision for you. That's the same thing we want for every governor. For him to know where what is in a state. They are mining. People are mining illegally. Most of these governors don't know exact location. They will say in Kakuri. Kakuri is an Angwa, but the mining is taking place in a position. A train is traveling from Kaduna to Abuja to Idu. There is a location, there is a distance, there is a coordinate. We need to be spatially enabled. We can't be going like we used to. I'm going to Lagos.
Professor A.T. Abdullahi, the former rector of Kaduna Polytechnic and the former executive secretary of the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, look at the historical evolution of craft schools in Nigeria that metamorphosed to technical vocational education and training in Nigeria.
In the mid-1970s, during the Murtala regime, federal government assisted state governments in the procurement of machines and equipment for technical colleges, junior secondary schools, and vocational centers. Unfortunately, in many states, the equipment rate increased without shelter for up to 20 years. In many cases, some of the tools and equipment for each production technology were stolen. Wrong concept of technical education. Most people regard technical education as inferior to comprehensive secondary school education. This is because, in most cases, parents prefer to send their children to comprehensive secondary schools, while academically weak students had no alternative to go to technical colleges. This was allegedly the British colonial concept of technical education, which relegated technical education to the background. However, this is not quite true, since technical education in Britain is a very important aspect of the British educational system. Holders of high national diploma in engineering and technology earn as much as professors in universities in Britain. In Nigeria, however, HND holders could not progress beyond a certain position in government. This made technologists and technicians to aspire to acquire a degree in order to avoid discrimination. Also, although in many instances, more holders of higher national diploma in accounting pass IT professional examination than holders of PhD in accounting. The first speaker has already mentioned a lot about the Federal School of Surveying, which was established in 1906. Craft schools in Nigeria were first established in the 1920s by the British colonial administration. The schools attracted instructors. Then afterwards, federal colleges of agriculture were established in Ibadan and Zaria in 1921. As we have heard as well, in the 1930s, craft schools were closed due to financial constraints. But Yaba College was established in 1932 and was later upgraded to Yaba High College. Yaba Technical Institute, which was the foundation institution for Yaba College of Technology, was established in 1948 at the premises of Yaba High College. The students of Yaba College were then transferred to the new University College Ibadan as its first undergraduate students. The second stage of TILET was from 1945 to 1969. On 30th November 1945, the Chief Inspector of Education gave a directive for Kaduna Trade Center to commence a 5-year apprentice training. And I quote, craft construction will be given directly by Europeans. There will be no African trade instructors. Accordingly, Kaduna Trade Center was opened in April 1946 using the old buildings of Kaduna College with a 5-year apprentice training in carbon trade and mechanical. The trade centers in Yaba and Enugu started after that of Kaduna because of inherited workshop buildings and quarters of Kaduna College. In 1953, trade centers were opened in Kano and Kubu, and in 1957, craft schools were opened by Northern Nigerian government for each province. Of August 1985, titled Education, National Minimum Standards and Establishment of Institutions, vested the power of establishment of polytechnics, technical colleges and other technical institutions on the Honorable Minister of Education after a consultation with MBT. Thereafter, MBT continued to maintain the standards. The decree vested power on MBT to accredit programs in the above institutions, while NUC was to accredit degree programs in universities, and NCCE was to accredit NCE programs in colleges of education. In the middle 1970s, during Murtala regime, federal government assisted state governments in the procurement of machines and equipment for technical colleges, junior secondary schools, and vocational centers. the equipment remained in crates without shelter for up to 20 years. In many cases, some of the tools and equipment for introductory technology were stolen. Wrong concept of technical education. Most people regard technical education as inferior to comprehensive secondary school education. This is because, in most cases, parents prefer to send their children to comprehensive secondary schools, while academically weak students had no alternative to go to technical colleges. This was allegedly the British colonial concept of technical education, which relegated technical education to the background. However, this is not quite true, since technical education in Britain is a very important aspect of the British educational system. Holders of high national diploma in engineering and technology earn as much as professors in universities in Britain. In Nigeria, however, HND holders could not progress beyond a certain position in government. This made technologists and technicians to aspire to acquire a degree in order to avoid discrimination. Also, although in many instances, more holders of higher national diploma in accounting pass IT professional examination than holders of BSc in accounting.
His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, who was represented by a director in the Ministry of Education, declared the 100-year-old building in the Barnawa campus a heritage site. There were also exhibitions of some technologies developed by Kaduna Polytechnic in the past years.